I would love to know, is the Mystics owner going to come out and say that the entire WNBA should be on this cover? I would love to know that. Is the entire Olympic team going to be on this cover?
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, I got to tell you, it must be weird to win an award like Time Magazine's Woman of the Year. I guess there's multiple Women of the Year, but to win one of these awards like this and immediately feel like you are a victim. I'm confused. Look, guys, I know a hell of a lot of black people, a lot of black friends. They get up every morning, they go to work, they pay their bills, they come home, they raise their kids, take care of their family, and at no point have I ever heard them whisper or utter the words, "Woe is me." I'm very confused by this. I don't get it. Asia Wilson, boy, it's been a bad last week for her, all right? At least on a level of perception. Let's put it that way. She wins this award. There's a quote out there. It looks terrible. I mean, wow, literally, woe is me. Now, she threw her locker room under the bus just a few days ago. We found out she always had a signature shoe coming during that entire Caitlin Clark blow up around the Nike shoe. She knew then that while Caitlin Clark was getting berated and destroyed online and her fans, Asia Wilson knew then that she had a signature shoe coming, but she stayed quiet. I guess playing the victim is more lucrative in some circles, maybe? I don't know. But here we are, right here, Time Magazine, okay. WNBA MVP Asia Wilson, gymnast Jordan Childs became fast friends in the lead up to the 2024 Olympics. So this is it right here. Women of the Year, Asia Wilson, right? And there's Jordan Childs right there. So I got to tell you, there was a lot of reaction to this, as you can imagine. So Ken Swift post, and I guess this is a quote from said article from Asia. There's days where I'm struggling. It's moments where no matter how hard you work, it still feels like you're not getting the recognition. It still feels like somebody's got to say something to say. I needed them to understand that they help me in more ways than they'll ever know. It's hard showing up every day and wearing this crown. It's heavy. It gets extremely heavy. But at the same time, I'm going to fix it, make sure it's straight, and I'm going to go ahead and do my work. I don't understand what this lady's doing. I really don't. She's won titles. She's a multiple-time MVP. She's probably the best player in the W as of right now today. And she acts like she's the victim. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. And it's weird. Maybe somehow this is some kind of weird motivation for her. But this is what Ken had to say. Serious question. When was Asia not recognized last year? Yeah, I get it. She was a predicted unanimous MVP before the season started. The WNBA media fawned over her all year. She was heralded all season en route to breaking the scoring record, had a Nike sneaker and full clothing line already in the works, was on the cover of NBA 2K. I think her issue was that there was a player with less accolades that was more popular, and that happens in sports. Fans don't simply like a player because of their accomplishments. So seriously, what was the issue? Of course, I said, did she really say this? You've got to be joking. She has successfully and quickly, in my opinion, in 1 year, she has worked herself into being the LeBron James of the WNBA. All right? Hell of a player, accolades, yada, 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 championships, but some extremely unlikable, nonsensical takes that come out of her mouth. And it certainly makes it hard to want to root for her. I can tell you that. Yeah, you're about to stir up a hornet's net. Seriously. That second sentence explains a lot. If you're training for a sport to get recognition, you have your priorities all wrong. You need to get therapy and get your head right. Well, you should be playing for championships, I would think. But this is how I feel, okay? This is a victim issue. I could be off base, but I feel like she just wants to play the victim card. No doubt about it. It's no feel like. It's all the time. This guy, victim. I don't get it. She's just not likable, relatable. Personally, I dislike it when rich, private school educated black people go on and on about privilege. They have more in common with white people than they're denigrating as, quote, privileged than they do average black people. It remains a turnoff. I'm going to be honest. They got more going for them than a lot of white people do if they're privately educated black people. You know what I mean? A lot of white people can't afford that either. They don't have that ability necessarily to have that along the way. But nobody's playing victim here. It's wild. But Asia Wilson, she will play the victim every time. We also don't like being told who we have to like and celebrate. That's a big issue. I think Asia's a great player, but she is not the player I started watching the league for, and I'm not a fan of hers. But I do respect her. It's crazy. And this is also, I believe, a component. It's jealousy. All right? Always playing the victim card. She's absolutely insufferable. I just can't with her narcissism. It's nuts. LeBron's the same way. And, wow. So there you have it. She continues to do things to make herself more and more unlikable. It seems like by the week, by the day. It was just last weekend I had to do the whole blow up over the Nike thing. You know, she led everybody down a roll. And by the way, I would love to know, is the Mystics owner going to come out and say that the entire WNBA should be on this cover? I would love to know that. Is the entire Olympic team going to be on this cover? By the way, an Olympic team that Caitlin Clark should have been on, and she proved it by the end of the year by making the all WNBA first team. Unbelievable. I mean, it's wild. It's this mentality, this attitude, playing a victim role, being insufferable, being unlikable. This is one of the massive reasons why this league has not turned a profit. Because it seems like, half the league feels this way, maybe more. And yeah, that doesn't exactly bring people enjoyment to try to sit there and view people that they know act this way. That's no fun. It's kind of like Megan Rapinoe looking like she's pissed off all the time. Oh yeah, I really want to turn the TV on to you. That'll make me nice, cheery, and happy as I'm looking for an escape in the sports. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.